Bitcoin is having a mild correction right now, but I have found something in the charts that has never ever happened before in Bitcoin's history, and I'm going to show you what it is and why it is super bullish for the short, mid and long-term trajectory for the Bitcoin price. And of course, I'm going to show you what's happening right now with that small correction that we are experiencing, if we have to take it seriously, and potential bounce levels where we can enter into a new trade position. If you think that is interesting, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let me show you what I have found. Starting off today with the funding rates. So for Bitcoin, they're kind of mixed. They're on some exchanges a little bit overheated. Oh, actually, they're not that overheated yet. They're still kind of okay. So they are not really giving us an indication what's happening here right now with the Bitcoin price. And you just saw that they actually also dropped a little bit here across the board again. We have, of course, here on DYDX, for example, Doge is overheated, Link is overheated. On some platforms, we have some cryptocurrencies that are right now overheated, but it also depends on the platform. But here, Bitcoin across the board is kind of neutral. So that is not the reason why we are moving into the downside. So when we're going then here to the 4-hourly chart, remember what I told you guys. When volatility is going to the downside, normally price is following after a run to the upside, and that's what we're experiencing right now. So, but we dropped here already quite a bit. If we would get another move down, let's say to 42, I think that the volatility would be again on the bottom, which means price is not doing any major moves. And then we would get another move here to the upside in volatility, and that would then also reflect in a bounce to the upside. But remember, guys, we don't need to see a bounce all the time only because volatility goes up. Volatility can also go up and we get a massive move to the downside. So just I want to clarify that you remember that. Here on the historical volatility index, we got a rejection from the moving average. While we were losing overall on volatility. That is for me absolutely fine and was expected. But if we get here an uptick again, then also this will go to the upside and will indicate a further bullish continuation to the upside. Will we reclaim this parabola? I don't think so, because remember I told you at some point we are just going out sideways or see straight a move to the downside. That always happens. So we can of course here adopt, basically adjust it a little bit. So like this, it would technically be still valid. Let me see. Yeah, so like this, it would be still valid, but yeah, we need to see then here now a bounce back to the upside. We are bouncing a little bit, but nothing convincing yet in my opinion. When we're looking on the 15 minutes, there we get a better picture what's happening here right now. So we have technically created here a lower low on the 15 minutes chart. So I would have liked to keep that low here, but we lost it, but we are coming back up now. So here for a good long entry, we need to reclaim. Actually, let me make that a zone. That area is what I would be looking for to long right now Bitcoin. If we can reclaim that area on the 15 minutes chart and break above it, then I would be looking for a long here on Bitcoin, like here. I would like to see a candle above like this, and then most likely we get something like this here. If we are not getting it and we cannot reclaim that level, then we will go lower. Then we go at least to here to this area here again to retest it, which would be also fine. We are still then above $40,000. So, but if we would take a trade from here, the setup would be still the same. I would be still targeting. I would still be targeting all the way up here, and also my stop would have a tight invalidation. So I don't think that we would come back and test that low here again. So that low becomes then my stop loss. And you can see here that is a 17.75 25% move to the upside with a 1.34% potential stop loss. So even 20x, almost 350%, almost 360% in potential gains against 27% on the losing side if we would go here lower. So that is the next setup that I'm looking at. And if you want to trade a little bit safer, then you can take the trade that I gave you here yesterday. As you've seen, as you can see, we never got here above that line, so the trade got never activated because you never closed a candle above it. And that's why it still remains there. So if you want to play it safe, you can take this one. If you are a little bit more risk adverse, then you can take here the new one. And don't forget, guys, if you want to trade anywhere, do it on BYBIT. You still get first $30,000 if you use here my specific link. And also on BitGet, you still get $30,000 plus 20% on your initial deposit that you can use for trading purposes. And you can withdraw then all the profits with that specific link here. And also on FAIRDESK. FAIRDESK right now has the highest bonus in the industry, $120,000 in bonuses, plus that you can copy trade me there. I don't have a copy trade running right now. I actually made a mistake. I opened a normal futures trade and thought it's a copy trade, but it isn't. So I need to let this trade play out because all the money that I had on FAIRDESK is in this trade right now. So, but once I'm out of that trade, you can then also go and follow my trades and copy trade me directly on FAIRDESK. So now I want to show you what I actually have found, which is insanely bullish for Bitcoin, even though we see right now a small correction. And that is here on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we are about to get a golden cross on the weekly chart. And now you're asking yourself, but did we never get a golden cross on the weekly chart? No. We never got one, and I can show it to you. Not with simple moving averages. So these lines here are simple moving averages. So here the 50 is the blue one and the 200 is the red one. Just let me check if I'm correct with that. Yeah, I go now here back. So this is on Bitstamp. I have here really old stuff still drawn in from like 2 years ago. Here this is no golden cross. That's continuation. And you see here started the 200. So we would have technically had a golden cross if the 200 would go something like this. So but the 200 started here. So we never got one. That might be the first golden cross in Bitcoin's history ever that we see on the chart. I still believe that we can get that even if we would drop back to like $37,000. I still can see that we would get that golden cross, which would be super bullish in the long term. And that could actually bring us to $48,000, $50,000 over the next potential 2 weeks. But I think that is really the window that we have, 2 weeks. If it did not happen then, it will not happen for quite a while, in my opinion. And we're going to get then first to correction. Then here on the liquidation levels, when we're looking at the 4-hourly chart on the liquidations, so we had here a bullish continuation pattern, a bull pennant, but we broke it now to the downside, and we are trying to grab liquidity from over leveraged long positions that are around 42,300, 42,600. So they're highly over leveraged. We have also above us small over leveraged short positions, and what I expect is that we go back and go down here $1,000, which is like a 0.25% move right now. So it's not even it's a 2.5% move to the downside. Yeah, 2.5% move to the downside, but I expect we bounce from there and come then here up to liquidate the over leveraged short positions up here and potentially go then also higher from here in direction of $45,000, $46,000. Here on the liquidation heat map, we can also clearly see that here has built up some insane amount of short liquidity again. So here is only here at 44,573. There is alone $160 million approximately in shorts stacked up there that can get liquidated if we reach it, and that could give us enough fuel to get actually to 46. So here is over, oh wow, what is here? yeah, so here's again like 400, $500 million worth of short liquidations all the way up to $46,000. Of course, beneath us, there's also a lot of long liquidity. I don't want to yeah, dwarf that, you know, so that that's non-existent or something, you know. Yeah, so but here for that, the price has to move substantially lower. Oh, actually, I should. So here, that's what I wanted. So here on the way down, you see we are taking out here all this long liquidity right now. We have here taken out already major liquidity on the 12 hourly. Let me move back into a 3-day chart. So here, you see we have already taken out the biggest area for long liquidations, and we might get stopped here at like 42,700, 42,600, something like that, and getting then a bounce back to the upside, in my opinion, based on the liquidation heat map. Here on the daily chart, we are seeing potentially reversal signs here in the price action if this candle is not coming up quick again. Actually, if the candle stays like that here on the daily, it would still signal continuation. So, and simply for the fact that we are above $43,000 and potentially close above $43,181, which is a technical key level. As long as we are holding above that, also here the daily signals continuation. But what I want to point out is that potentially here, by next week Saturday, we will get a retest of the EMA ribbon, in my opinion. So we know, you see, I give you an example. So here was more or less a retest of the EMA ribbon. Price moved away, went sideways, touched the ribbon, moved sideways, and now we're moving up again. So we will up here go sideways, most likely, and either continue to ride with the ribbon, so really close to the ribbon, so the ribbon will catch up to the price. So it could also mean that the price is kind of like here, and we ride along the ribbon. Or when we are still far away from the ribbon, like here, we're gonna see here that price action comes down, touches the ribbon, and then continues higher like that. So but we need to see the daily close, what's going to happen there, because if this kind of goes lower, then we have a reversal pattern here on the daily chart, and that would mean that the bearish divergence is starting to play out, and that can be quite dangerous for everybody that is in a massive long position, no matter in which altcoin you are, you know. So if Bitcoin drops $2,000, you're going to feel it in your long position, so be careful with that. Also here with the moving averages, I expect at some point a retest here of the 50 moving average, which is right now around $36,000, and that could coincide with the bigger correction once we have topped out, that we come back and test the 50 moving average. I don't see us going down all the way to the 200, but the 50 is definitely in the cards that we see something like this and then go and continue to move higher from here. Here on this 4-hourly chart, I want really quick to point out that if I put up here the MACD, yeah, so here also a lot of bearish signs right now. Also on the 4-hourly chart, we had more or less a bearish divergence, a small one like this. And you see it, this one is playing out right now, but the stochastic is already at the bottom. So that could mean that the bears are running out of steam here already, because bulls are defending $33,181. You see it, the price is climbing up here again. Like I said, nothing to worry about as long as we can stay above $43,181. I will get concerned if we keep losing it, but for the time being, it looks okay to me. And also when it comes to the position, so you see here, yeah, okay, here we still need to reclaim another $500 before I would consider entering a position. But yeah, regardless, it doesn't look that bad. So if that would have been the drop, like the major drop that everybody is waiting for, we would continue to drop right now. So we would not see here a bounce back to the upside with a green candle right now. That would be a really fast accelerated move to the downside based on long liquidations. Yeah, which would lead to a massive cascade. And that's just not happening right now. Then the Bitcoin dominance is also dropping. the whole day already, which is nice to see. Remember, I told you if we break higher, and we did break higher in the Bitcoin price, also the dominance will most likely break that level. But in the worst case, is going to get stopped all the way up here. For now, we have topped out at 55.25%, but it doesn't mean that the dominance cannot turn around and still go higher here. But for the time being, it's fine. Some altcoins are running, but I would like to see that we break here beneath both these levels and see further continuation to the downside, so that altcoins get a lot of room to run here to the upside. Then a really quick update on Ethereum. Ethereum is also still here in that bigger area, volume traded area. The last one that is holding us back to snap to $2,500, $2,600. We see here overall still bullish candlestick formations and bullish chart patterns evolving. That is technically nothing. So we are just going down here. Yeah, you can make the argument that you maybe have here a falling wedge, a small one. So, and if that breaks to the upside, that would be the top $2,320, but we would be still on trajectory to reach the overall bull flag target that we had from here of $2,500 approximately. So overall, I'm not really concerned about the Bitcoin price right now. Bitcoin needs to correct sometimes just a little bit to gain some room to move here into higher prices once again. And we have here two setups potentially that can play out. If anything changes, go to my Discord, go to my Telegram. For the Discord, you need to have a BYBIT, one of the exchange accounts in the description below must be opened with the links that I have in the description below, and at least $250 in it, so that you will be able to join the Discord. There I'm gonna give you an update if something urgently is happening here with Bitcoin, but only in the case if we would go majorly down. Then I give you a nice short entry. But for the time being, everything is fine. I still expect that we move here higher, even though today might be a down sideways day. Guys, that's it already for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.